Hi, it's Stephen here from Son of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 10 of the July daily draws. So let's see what message we get today, and I'll be taking the first card from the Unfolding Path Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Enchanted Map Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. We have the Nine of Wands. To me, this is about setting boundaries. We may need to draw a line somewhere, particularly if we're feeling a little bit weary, a little bit sort of, we've had a few knocks or whatever. We're a bit tired. We're a bit sort of wounded emotionally, mentally. We've come out of a tough situation, perhaps, or something that's took a lot out of us, and it may not be completely over, but we've gotten past over the worst of it. And we need to replenish our energy a bit. So we may need to draw a line and set a boundary, set like a line, or like with these wands here, and sort of be a little bit on the defensive to guard that space that we need in order to recuperate. It's like the Hermit is the 9 card in the majors, and that's like drawing aside for a purpose. And this is like something that's necessary, and we may need to just withdraw, a tactical retreat from a situation, to gather our strength, to gather our wits, to regroup ourselves. But also we know that life continues even during that time. So we may need to we need to be alert still and be watchful and be ready. But we need to remove ourselves far enough that the likelihood of anything further happening that we need to deal with is minimized, and that we're far enough removed we can probably see it coming. This is different to the traditional rider weight, obviously, but that it's like the wounded soldier, whatever it is that has the wands, and he's got bandages and everything. So he's been through the wars and he needs to be through the battle, but he seems to have retreated to a quieter place from the battle, and he's put a line again in there. It's more or less the same, but he's in a pose that's ready and watchful to deal with anything that comes his way. But he's hoping not. He's hoping that he's going to keep things at bay long enough for him to recover his strength, to both mentally, physically, emotionally, to gather everything about himself, and the same goes for us about ourselves, so that we can, if we've still got a little bit of work to do on whatever we're doing, when we can go back and finish it. But we may need to take a pause, make a bit of time out, a withdrawal, and we need to guard that time. So, because at the moment we're not going to be, we need to perhaps not be so open to people, calling upon us and taking our time up, taking more of our energy up. It's not that we don't want to help them necessarily, it's that we're not really in a condition to be of much help to them anyway. So, we need that time for us. We need that time to recuperate. So we need to draw that line, set that boundary, and defend the energy we have and keep it and not let anything else sap it away, and recuperate enough to be able to go back into the fray and finish what we need to finish. So it's the card that we're almost there, but we need to regroup. We need to regather our strength and our abilities in order to continue. And we all have moments like that, and it's okay. It's okay to do that, and it's okay to mark off space and time for yourself if you feel that that's what you need in order to be good to yourself and to anybody else. So it's not, it's not, sometimes we perceive that as being selfish, but it's, in one sense, well, who cares if it is? If it's necessary, it's necessary, it needs to be done. But in my mind, it's not really that selfish, because you're not going to be much help to yourself or anyone else if you don't do it anyway. So you're getting yourself in a position where you can help yourself and others. So it's not a selfish thing. It's something that's necessary and needs to be done. And that may be what this card is advising us to do when we're necessary. But if that's how we feel that that's our condition, then take that time to recuperate, but be vigilant, be aware, because while we're vulnerable, it's easier for things to we're more sensitive to things getting at us, which is why some boundaries need to be put in place, and we need to say perhaps no a bit more often until we feel ready. So to say yes. So that's what this card is saying to us. Okay, so let's see which Oracle card we get to go with that. Stormfields. Sometimes we may need to shelter until the storm has passed. And maybe that's what we're doing. Maybe what we're experiencing has been a bit of a storm, or a little bit of chaos, confusion happening in our lives, and we need to recuperate and let until the storm has passed, until we can rejoin the path once again. Because it's coming across the path here, and we may need to take cover and refuge until it's better circumstances for in order for us to proceed. And I think that matches the 9 of Wands quite aptly. So that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 11. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.